The WWC, what the world is watching.
I feel like the pace of bases has really picked up, and I was curious why that was. It was very interesting that they stopped purchases, but then they were like cranking out VIP.
11.
That might
Like,
be
how
most
nuts is
right
that?
in 1 week. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen 11. It always used to be
No,
single.
which is awesome.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy with my base. It's been like 8 months, and I'm so happy with it.
Wow, you've been waiting 8 months?
Yeah, I think I got it in like September, maybe VIP 18. It's been a long, yeah. And mine wasn't the most easy process either. You know, they have like different limitations and you have to work with them. I actually ended up designing my base first and trying to work with the team. And they did the devs did a good job. But when I got the art back, I was like, man, if I've spent this much money in the game and I've put in this much effort into thinking about what I want for my base, I want it to look really good. So I ended up working with a designer who had worked with another VIP 18 on my server, Nerizuri, on his base as well. And I was really happy that I engaged in that process because I'm so happy with how my base looks now.
It was incredible. I mean, I can't wait to get into this. So your base is incredibly cool. When I saw it today, so my initial impression, first of all, is I was like, okay, there's certainly like a calm one and a rage one going on here.
Yes, yes.
And so which one is Prna, or is Prna both of them?
Prna is both of them. So the rage dancer, the big robot that comes in the second half of my base animation, she's inspired by the Hindu goddess Kali. And this is like a warrior goddess, right? She's like killing demons. She comes out when like justice is required in the world. So, in terms of like the mythology, she's not always angry. Most of the time she's calm. She's like going around helping people, being a mom, being a worker, doing things. But then when it's required, then she kind of becomes big and scary and ashes a bunch of people.
That's awesome.
Right. Yeah, so I love that because in the game, you often have to do a lot of bull crap. You have to be R4, you have to join like rallies, you have to like answer a gajillion messages where people are like, what time is battle? All of that is not the giant robot lady. It's the tiny girl that's like sitting under a computer being like, let me get through these emails.
Yeah.
And then battle comes and I get to be like big and ash everybody. It's so fun.
She lures you in with her profile picture looking all nice, and then she just destroys you.
I know, with her heart glasses, and she's so happy, and and then bam, the rage hits.
I wish I knew that my profile picture was going to become this famous, because that picture was a selfie that I took at Burning Man. I'm in the desert. I haven't showered for like a week. My hair is a mess. I don't have chapstick. The sunglasses are from Temu. They're like $5 from Temu.
I think it adds to everything. Like, it's perfect. Like, it's the cotton. You're luring people in. It's perfect.
When I moved from being a commander to Prna, I was like, oh, let me add a profile picture. And I added this one, and somebody was like, imagine getting ashed by this face, this smiling face and heart glasses.
Yes, exactly. Because you turn into the rage dancer.
That's right. That's right.
So is that the dance in the cosmos?
Yeah, exactly. So I do a form of Indian classical dance called Bharatanatyam, and that's the dance that the animation in my base is doing. So Tristan actually looked at the dance videos that I sent him and the photos that I'd sent him of me, and he helped come up with the animation. So she does a few Bharatanatyam steps. And that's kind of what Shiva and Kali do. They have this rage dance that they do, and it's one of their ways of expressing their anger at what's happening in the world. And that's part of the work that I do, not in my day job. I'm a lawyer in my day job, but I also help run workshops for women to teach them how to express their rage. Women who have been through trauma, who have been through sexual assault, domestic violence. And some of it is a little bit goofy, right? Like we hold a trident, we yell, we like stomp our feet. But for people who haven't had an avenue of expressing anger where you've been socialized to be polite and just kind of suppress everything, it can really be very powerful for both your mind and your body to just let that anger flow through you and express it in an appropriate, socially acceptable way.
Oh my God, it must be so freeing.
Yeah, like people have really told me that their lives have changed by being able to express their anger responsibly. And I actually sent some of the women that I work with my base, and they immediately kind of resonated with it because the little girl at the beginning, I mean, that represents my inner child. I love coming to the game. I always say, oh my God, we're all here playing with each other. And my friends are like, you can't say things like that, Prna. That sounds wrong. Um, But we all
Yeah.
do kind of
Yeah.
access our inner child, right? In this
100%.
game.
100%.
And I wanted to represent that. And so that's why she's kind of playful in the beginning and she's small. There's an effect in the game where when you ash an enemy, you can make them small. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think the guys are embarrassed by it. I'm never embarrassed by being small. For me, it's like a badge of honor. Look at me. I fought a hard battle and now I'm in blue flames. I'm tiny. Like these are my scars.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. Good for you, by the way. That's an incredible service that you're doing anyway.
Good egg. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. I mean, I'm with Prna though. Like when it's time for war, whatever it is, it's awesome. Like it's just everything shuts down around me,
Yes.
and I just get this like adrenaline rush where I'm just like so into it and involved, and everything just kind of channels into the game where I'm just like fighting. Like it's just so great.
We're in flow state. When we're fighting battles, we're for sure in flow state. And more importantly, we're in flow state with other people. It's like a group powerful feeling.
So I do have a couple questions. So on this, the art and everything that came out, you used somebody to help you kind of do this, but did everything come out the way that you anticipated you wanted? Was it better than you could have anticipated? Were there a lot of changes that you needed to do? Like,
there was a lot of pushback because they don't like religious imagery. And, I get that. They don't want like a bunch of Hindu people like yelling at them because like Goddess Kali got ashed in a game, right? So I totally understand that. So we had to be a little bit more like stylized about the imagery that we were using. And so that was a limitation. And then the other thing that was kind of interesting was, they try to ask the VIP 18s to make bases that are similar to bases that already exist. So you'll see a lot of the bases that come out have similar elements to their current bases because it kind of helps them with the animation. And mine was just kind of out of the box. I mean, people had done robots before, but I don't think anything with like dancing. And also the change from the little girl to the big robot. They were like, they need to look the same. But eventually we were able to work with them on all of that. And I was really pleased with the amount of detail that they included in everything. They included my heart glasses. I have the pew pew at the end. That's what I call battle because I like to make it kind of fun because everyone gets so intense about battle. And then when you call it pew pew, you're like, okay, how serious can it be?
This woman with heart glasses just told me pew pew while she asked my base. Right. I mean,
and the person she dealt with, he's actually also a lawyer, but he's dealt with the devs and stuff a lot, so he's able to speed up the process because he already knows the legal stuff on there, what they want, and he actually has 3D design program where he will design it ahead of time, so when he provides it to the devs, it's already like mostly done for them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's artistic, creative, and also like a therapist. Like I just talked to him for a few minutes, explained my base, explained my ideas and the kind of intention and motivation behind it and the work that I do. And then he came up with these like beautiful images and animations. I'm so grateful.
So that's incredible because that was also one of my questions. So like all the art where it actually came from. So that's where you had assistants to kind of create some of these things where they kind of checked with you to say, is this what you're looking for? And then you were able to be like, yes, submit that.
Exactly. And I'd given a few like reference images of myself in Bharatanatyam costumes with like the head jewelry. So that's where some of that like stylized gold jewelry comes from. And then some of my moves, like typical Shiva and Kali moves that come out in dance. Also in Indian comics, when a dark-skinned woman is depicted or a dark-skinned man is depicted, they're depicted in the color blue. They're not painted brown or black for some reason, especially when they're like very, very dark. So like Draupadi, Krishna, Kali, in my comic books growing up, in Amar Chitra Katha comic books growing up, they were all blue. So I was like, I want my blue goddess robot.
Gotcha. Awesome. And so, and that's the other thing, like the purple, right? Like the purple flame. that you had? Was that specific? Like did you see that imagery in your head? Like,
That was Tristan's idea because he said, we talked about battle style and I'm always like popping out of nowhere. I don't ash people from far away. I'm not one of those people that like plants my base and then like sends a squad to I just like plant right next to someone, even if they're strong, just like send a bunch of squads, try to get them before they can get me. Like it's very fast. And so that purple was meant to be like, me teleporting out and back in and boom, back out, back in, boom, back out, back in, boom. And I think a lot of the people that saw the base today, I had so many people text me and be like, this is how it felt when you ash me. So good job on your face.
Yes, and then also the like the calmness for you, right? So does that come for you? Like, is that your calm? Like, is your calm island? Like, because that's what it looks
that's
like.
my calm island. I live at the beach. I grew up in Singapore, so like the water and coconut trees and stuff, palm trees are very close to my heart. But also during the pandemic, I had some very traumatic surgery, so I had quite a bit of PTSD after that, and it was hard for me to manage my stress. When I started playing the game, let me tell you, I was exactly like Eminem song, like palm sweaty, mom spaghetti. Like I was like freaking out during battle. I would not go in the mud during Capitol. And thank God for these like gamer dudes that were like, Prna, just like grow up. It'll be fine if you get ash. Just do the thing. You can do hard things. And I was like, yeah, I can. It's okay to be stressed. And it's actually kind of fun. And so I was able to find my calm in battle. And now I have like little, pre-battle routines, including going to the bathroom because it's important.
It's important. So you don't step away.
Right.
They're like, where'd Prna go?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, people tend to do that with stronger people. They want to know where you went. They disappear.
Yeah, exactly. You were gone for 2 minutes. I was like, guys, sometimes I need 90 seconds. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Also, I noticed at the bottom here, your little like your poem. It almost looks like that you came up with. So where does the poem come from?
So the first version of it was also rejected because it was straight away copied from the Sanskrit chant about Kali called Aigiri Nandini. And so then I adapted it, and I'm happy to work within the game's constraints, by the way. It kind of like pushes me to be creative, right, and see what's possible.
Yeah.
And so I came up with this poem to depict this woman who is a protector, and it says tender protector because she's very like sincere and affectionate in how she wants to protect her people and her group. But when needed, she'll also lay down the law. Like, I don't like when my guys do trash talking or make comments about women or like race-based comment. Like, I know trash talking is a part of like sports and games and stuff, but that's not how I want to be represented. So I think like it was kind of that whole ethos of all the parts of yourself being represented in the base, not just the warrior, but all of it together.
Oh, that's incredible. That's good stuff.
And it's not just me either. So, those fire animals that I have going around my base, one of them is a piranha and the other one is a rabbit, and they're on fire. So piranha is what my original server, 728, what my friends called me there. That's how they said Prna when I first joined Discord. They're like, how do you pronounce Prna? Is it piranha because you eat all my soldiers? I was like, yeah, it is piranha. Thank you. And I wanted to represent them in my base. And then Rabbit is my current server, the big guy. I actually met them in season 2 as opponents. And the big guy, Valak, who was way bigger than me at that point, he called me Rabbit because I'd always run away from him.
Are you still running away? Or did you conquer that?
I conquered it.
Okay.
I think now I just like stay and fight. But you know what? Sometimes when your health bar is low, running away is a valid strategy. I will stand by that.
QB18, out. Hey, you made it to the end. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified when our next video drops, and continue the conversation with us over on our Discord. Proud member of Team UXW and Server 118. Congratulations to the team on winning Season 6.